Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Open English Podcast. I'm Sam.
And I'm Lisa. We're so happy you're listening today.
Today's topic is something very personal.
And very important. We're going to talk about goals. Your goals, our goals, and how to talk about them in English.
Because talking about your goals is something that comes up a lot in real life.
In job interviews, in conversations with friends, in English classes.
Even in small talk, someone asks, "What are your plans for this year?" And suddenly you need the right words.
So today we want to give you those words with real examples and a few personal stories.
Before we start, a quick request. If you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe. It's completely free.
And if you're on YouTube, please like the video. It helps more English learners find us every week.
Okay, let's talk about goals.
Sam, let me start with a question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you set goals for yourself, like at the beginning of the year or the beginning of a new month?
Yes, I do. Although I'm not always good at keeping them.
Oh, that's very honest.
I think most people are the same. We set goals, we feel very excited, and then 3 weeks later, life gets busy.
And the goal goes somewhere quiet.
Exactly. It doesn't disappear, but it becomes very, very quiet.
I know that feeling completely.
Do you have a story about a goal that went quiet?
I have many stories, but one is very good for this episode.
Tell us.
Okay, so about 3 years ago, on the 1st of January, I made a list of goals for the year.
A New Year's list. Very classic.
Very classic. So my list had 5 goals. Learn to swim, read 12 books, save more money, exercise 3 times a week, and learn basic Spanish.
That's an ambitious list, Lisa.
Very ambitious. I was feeling very motivated that morning.
January 1st energy.
Exactly. January 1st energy, which is very different from January 15th energy.
What happened by January 15th?
I had done 0 swimming lessons. I read 3 pages of one book. I bought new exercise clothes, but did not exercise.
And the Spanish?
I downloaded an app. I completed 2 lessons. Then I forgot my password and never went back.
And the saving money goal?
I bought the exercise clothes, so that was already a problem.
Lisa?
I know.
So what happened to all 5 goals?
By March, I had completely forgotten about 4 of them, but one survived.
Which one?
The swimming, because my friend Anna said she wanted to learn too, and we signed up for classes together.
So having a partner made the difference.
It made all the difference. When someone is waiting for you, you don't cancel.
That's such an important lesson. Accountability, having someone who knows your goal and checks on you.
Yes, and now, 3 years later, I swim every week. I actually love it.
From 5 forgotten goals to 1 real achievement.
1 real achievement is better than 5 forgotten ones.
I completely agree. And my story is similar, but a little different.
Tell us.
So my goal about 4 years ago was to improve my English writing. I wanted to write better emails, better reports, more professional language.
That's a very practical goal.
Yes, so I decided to write in English every day, even just a few sentences, in a notebook.
Like a journal?
Exactly like a journal, but in English.
And how long did that last?
The first week was great. I wrote every evening. I was proud of myself.
And week 2?
Week 2, I missed 2 days. I told myself I would write double the next day.
And did you?
No, I missed that day too. And by week 3, the notebook was under my bed and under some other things.
A common location for abandoned goals.
Very common. But then something happened.
What happened?
My manager at work gave me a big project, and the project required a lot of written communication in English, long emails, reports, summaries.
So suddenly the goal had a real reason.
A real, urgent reason. I found the notebook, I started writing again, and this time I didn't stop.
Because the goal was connected to something real in your life.
Exactly. Before, it was just a nice idea. Then it became a necessity.
And your writing improved?
Significantly. And now I actually enjoy writing in English.
That's a wonderful outcome.
So the lesson for me was, connect your goal to something real, something that matters in your life right now.
Not just the nice idea, a real reason.
Yes, I want to learn English because it sounds useful is weak.
But I want to learn English because I have a job interview next month is strong.
A specific reason gives you energy when motivation disappears.
Okay, let's talk about the language now. How do we talk about goals in English?
Yes, because this is a practical episode, let's give our listeners real phrases they can use.
So, the most common way to talk about a goal is with the phrase, I want to.
For example, I want to improve my English, or I want to find a new job.
Simple and clear. But there are more specific ways to express goals too.
Yes, a stronger phrase is my goal is to.
For example, my goal is to speak English more confidently by the end of this year.
That's more specific. It has a time, it has a result.
And specific goals are easier to work toward than general ones.
Another useful phrase is I'm planning to.
For example, I'm planning to take an English course this summer.
I'm planning to sounds more active than I want to. It suggests you're already thinking about the steps.
Yes, I want to is a wish. I'm planning to is a decision.
What's the difference between a wish and a goal?
Good question. A wish is something you hope for but don't take steps toward. A goal is something you hope for and then act on.
So I want to be healthy is a wish, but I'm planning to walk for 30 minutes every day is a goal.
Exactly. Specific, actionable, measurable.
Those three words are important. Specific, actionable, measurable.
Specific means clear, not general. Not, I want to be better at English, but I want to understand English podcasts without subtitles.
Actionable means there is something you can actually do, a step you can take today.
And measurable means you can see your progress. You can say, I understood 50% last month, now I understood 70%.
Let's give our listeners some more useful phrases.
Yes, when talking about future goals, you can say, I hope to. For example, I hope to finish my degree by next year.
Or I'm working toward, for example, I'm working toward getting a promotion at my job.
I'm working toward is a strong phrase. It shows the goal is in progress. You are already moving.
Another phrase is, by the end of this year, I would like to.
For example, by the end of this year, I would like to travel to at least 2 new countries.
Using a time phrase like by the end of this year or by next month makes your goal feel real.
It gives it a deadline, and deadlines are motivating.
Sometimes.
Okay, sometimes, but they help.
Let's also talk about how to answer when someone asks about your goals, because in a conversation, people often ask.
Yes, common questions are, what are your goals for this year? Or where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That second question is very common in job interviews, too.
Very common, so having a practiced answer is useful.
How would you answer, what are your goals for this year, in a natural way?
A natural answer might sound like this. This year, my main goal is to improve my English. I'm planning to listen to podcasts every day and practice speaking at least 3 times a week. I also hope to take an English exam before December.
That's a great answer. It has a main goal, it has specific actions, it has a time.
And it's natural. It doesn't sound like a list. It sounds like a real person talking.
That's the key. In conversation, your goal should sound natural, not like a presentation.
Not like a business report.
Exactly, friendly and clear.
Okay, I want to talk about something that many people feel but don't say out loud.
What's that?
Fear of saying your goals out loud.
Oh, yes, that's real.
Some people don't like to tell others their goals because if they fail, everyone knows.
It feels safer to keep the goal private.
Yes, if nobody knows, nobody sees you fail.
I understand that feeling, but I think it actually works against you.
Why?
Because when you say your goal out loud to another person, it becomes more real. You feel more responsible for it.
Like signing a small contract with yourself.
Exactly. I told Lisa I would practice English every day. Now I need to do it.
Yes, social accountability is powerful.
So, one practical tip. Tell one person your goal, someone you trust.
Not 10 people, just one.
One is enough, and ask them to check on you after 2 weeks.
How is your English practice going? That one question from a friend can push you forward.
Much more than any app or alarm on your phone.
Okay, let's talk about goals specifically for English learners because our listeners are working on their English right now.
Yes, and improving English is itself a goal. So let's talk about how to make it a strong one.
First, be specific about what part of English you want to improve.
Not just I want to improve my English, but which skill? Listening, speaking, writing, reading?
Because each skill needs different practice.
If your goal is listening, you practice by listening to podcasts, watching English videos, listening to English music.
If your goal is speaking, you practice by talking out loud, recording yourself, finding a conversation partner.
And if your goal is writing, you practice by writing short texts every day, in a journal, in comments, in messages.
So, step 1, Choose your skill.
Step 2, set a specific target. For example, I want to listen to one English podcast every day.
Step 3, give it a timeline for the next 30 days.
Step 4, tell someone or write it in our comments section.
Yes, write your English goal in the comments today.
My English goal is, just finish that sentence.
We will read every comment, and other learners will see your goal and feel motivated too.
Let's also talk about what to do when you don't reach your goal.
Because that happens to everyone.
Yes, you set a goal, you work on it, and then something gets in the way.
Life, work, family, tiredness.
And you miss a day or a week, and then you feel like you failed.
And some people stop completely at that point.
But missing one day is not failing.
No, failing is deciding to stop permanently.
Missing one day is just missing one day. You can start again the next day.
There's a phrase I really like for this. Don't let one bad day become two.
Oh, I love that.
One missed day is human. 2 missed days is a habit starting.
So when you miss a day, don't punish yourself. Don't say, I'm terrible. I always fail at everything.
Just say, okay, today was not good. Tomorrow I start again.
Simple, kind to yourself, and practical.
Yes, being kind to yourself is part of reaching your goals.
Because if you speak to yourself harshly every time you make a mistake, you lose energy very fast.
And you need energy for the long journey.
Goals take time. Real goals take real time.
Sam, I want to do a short practice exercise with our listeners.
Great idea. What is it?
I want to model a short conversation about goals so listeners can hear how it sounds in real life.
Okay, let's do it. I'll ask the questions and you answer.
Perfect.
Lisa, what is your main goal right now?
My main goal right now is to read more books in English. I want to read at least 1 book per month.
That's a good goal. How are you planning to do that?
I'm planning to read for 20 minutes every evening before I sleep. I already started last week.
And how is it going so far?
It's going well. I finished the first chapter of my book already. It's not fast, but I'm making progress.
That's great. Do you have a goal for your English specifically?
Yes, I also want to improve my pronunciation. I'm working towards speaking more clearly and naturally. I practice by recording myself and listening back.
Perfect. Thank you, Lisa. Listeners, did you hear the phrases she used?
My main goal right now is I'm planning to, I want to, I'm working toward.
All natural, all clear, all useful for real conversations.
Now you try. Think about your own goal and practice saying it out loud using those phrases.
You can practice alone or with a friend, or write it down first.
But practice, because that's how the language becomes yours.
Okay, before we finish, let's do a quick summary of today's episode.
First, a goal is different from a wish. A goal has specific steps and a timeline.
Second, connect your goal to a real reason in your life. That gives you energy when motivation fades.
Third, tell one trusted person your goal. Accountability helps you keep going.
Fourth, use clear phrases like, my goal is to, I'm planning to, and I'm working toward.
Fifth, when you miss a day, don't stop completely. Start again the next day.
Sixth, be kind to yourself. Progress is not always fast, but slow progress is still progress.
And seventh, write your English goal in the comments today. Make it real by saying it out loud.
We are cheering for you, every single one of you.
Before we say goodbye, our usual request.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the Open English Podcast.
It's free, and every time you subscribe, it helps another English learner find us.
If you're watching on YouTube, please like the video and leave a comment. Write your goal. Write a phrase you learned today. Write anything in English.
It's practice, and practice is exactly what this podcast is for.
Share this episode with a friend who is working on a goal right now.
Any goal, not just English.
Because the ideas we talked about today work for any goal in life.
Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sam.
And I'm Lisa.
Keep going. Your goals are worth the effort.
See you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.